Hey guys, what's up? Shin0555 coming at you with another drawing video. And today's video we're going to be drawing Daxter from Jak and Daxter. And this video was requested by Claire, and the username is CLAIREHISLOP5873. Thank you so much for the request. We did Jak last week, so I just figured we'd jump on Daxter this week. So, yeah, not much else to say. We're just going to be drawing Daxter here. And before the video begins, remember to like, comment, subscribe. That really does help. Other than that, let's get our pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so to start off drawing Daxter, what we're going to do is break him down into some simple shapes here. We can get a nice big kind of circle for where his head's going to be at. And then for his body, we're going to get kind of like this line of action here. That's going to be like this S-curve, like this. And then once we get that down, we can kind of break it up into like this big kind of oval for like where his chest starts. And it's going to go into like another oval right here. And then we'll get a nice little oval here for his leg. His foot's going to be right about there. Like so. Might be a little bit too bright. There we go. Like that. And then here what we're going to do is get another little oval going down here and then here. Get a nice oval for where his foot's going to be. Then his tail's going to be this little curve line going like this. And then we'll get a nice circle here. And then an oval here, and then his fist is going to be right about here. And then this one, we'll get like another little circle here with an oval line, and then his fist is going to be kind of right about here. Like that, and that's pretty much good for the gesture that we need. Again, when you do a gesture, you keep it very loose, very light, and you're just marking down the shapes that you need. So now that we got that done, I will zoom in here, and we'll jump into his face. So with his face, if you want to, you can kind of draw in like the crosshairs. It'd be something like this. We're not really going to use them all that much. Basically what we're going to do is draw in the eyes and then draw kind of like the face around them. So for his eyes, you're going to get one big oval here and then a little kind of circle right here like that. And now for here, we're just going to start going into detail. And we're going to start right about here and draw a nice curved line that curves around this oval. Then it's going to go down and in like so. And now here what we're going to do is start a little bit before this line ends here. And then just draw a nice kind of big kind of U shape. Like so. And then for the second eye, it's going to kind of pick up where this one kind of left off. And so it's just going to curve around and up slightly like that. And then here what we're going to do is draw a line going down here. Kind of curve it over and around like this. And then for the eyes themselves, they're these small little ovals here and then here. And you draw a little half circle in there and then shade it in. Same thing with this one, half circle and then shade it in there like that. And now that we got that done, we can start drawing in the smile. So the smile is going to kind of, like the cheek, is going to be right about here. And what we could do is draw a nice little curved line like this right next to the eye there. And then what we're going to do here is draw a line going down a little bit and then curve it across like this. And when we get to about here, we're going to curve it in and then over like that. And we can also get his nose, which is this nice big oval like this, with kind of like a smaller oval right here, and you would shade all this in black as well, similar to the eyes. Do a quick job of it, like that. And now that we've got that done, we could draw the lower part of his mouth, which will start right about here, and just kind of be the same shape. It's just going to go down, kind of curve across, and then over. And then for the teeth here, we could just draw a nice little curve line like this. And yeah, let's just go into the mouth here. I'll zoom in even a little bit more. So basically for the mouth, we're going to break it down. Keep it light. We're just going to draw a line that like hugs the middle of it here. And then we're going to just start drawing in these kind of lines like this. So it kind of looks like you see where his teeth are in. And then here what we're going to do is for this one, we're just going to curve it in and darken it up. And then you can shade all this in black, this section, there like that. And then for like these intersections here that we have for the teeth, what you can do is do these little like diamond shapes and then shade that in black as well. And then you could actually darken in the lines going up and down. So darken in the line going up and down and then just shade that in. Same thing here. And basically what you want to do is create like little gaps in between the teeth, like here and then there. It gives off this nice little kind of effect of like showing that like the teeth are more detailed than they actually are. Like that. And then this one, you can actually connect this line into this one just because it should be a little bit darker. And then just draw that little diamond shape right there like that. And that's pretty much it for his smile. Nothing too bad. Now we can go into kind of like his head shape. So we're going to start right here on the eyebrow. And I'm going to gesture this in just slightly. So we're going to just kind of follow the eyebrow here. So it's going to go up, around, and then down like this. And then the reason why I want to do it light is because you want to add a couple of spikes on here. So we're just going to go over, add a spike, maybe like another spike before going down there like that. And then we're going to go straight into his cheek here. So it's going to bump out, kind of go over, and then in like this. And then it's going to closely follow the bottom of the mouth here like that. And now this one, we're going to start right about here. And pretty much, or we could start here. And we're pretty much going to do the same thing we did on this side. But this one's going to go up, down, kind of go into about here. Then it's going to go out, kind of wrap around, and then go in like that. So we have pretty much Daxter's face here. All good. Now what we could do is draw in his goggles. So his goggles are actually pretty simple. It's just going to be this line going across here, and then one very close to it, right about there. And then we're going to have like a thicker one. We're going to draw this one in light because we're going to draw something here, overlapping it, like that. And then here you just see kind of like the outside of it. So it's just going to go be a curved line going out here, kind of curve down, and then out like this. Go across, and then up like that. And then here you get a little curve line to show a little bit of like detail. And then here what you're going to do is get a nice little circle, and then a line curving over, and then connect it in like so. And now for the goggles themselves, you're going to see a lot of like this one. And basically what it's going to do is be this kind of oval with a line going out here and here on the edges. And then you're going to curve it in like that. And then here you're just going to get like this little kind of like cylinder right underneath it like so. And then you could darken in this line. And then here it kind of gets covered up by his eyebrow, but you would see a little bit of it. So you can kind of like gesture in an oval like this, and a line going down here, curving in, line going down here, and curve in like so. And now the rest we need to do is his ears, which might get cut off a little bit. We kind of drew the head a little bit big. But basically the ears are just going to go out here and then just kind of curve around like this. So you can imagine the shape would be something like that. And then same thing on this side. It's just going to go out, kind of curve over, wrap around, and then go down like this. And the only detail you need to do is start right about here and just draw a curve line. And then you just kind of hug, kind of like this line like that. And then same thing on this side. So start with a little kind of curve. And I'll just kind of follow the ear shape there, like so. So that's pretty much how you draw Daxter's head. Oh, actually, we could also draw in a little line going down here, over like this. This is going to be the other side of his goggles. And then here would just be a little kind of rectangle, like a rounded rectangle in the bottom there, like that. I'll even darken in this line too. So there you have it. That is pretty much how you draw Daxter's head. And I think this is the hardest part about drawing him. So once you got the head down, the rest of the body should be a lot easier. So basically what we're going to do is kind of gesture in the body shape here. So his neck's going to start right about here, kind of where this like curve starts. And just going to go down, kind of out, and then in like this. And then it's going to go out, and then just kind of into the leg here, like that. So you're going to get this long kind of line that goes in like that, and then this neck will start, or the second part of the neck will start right about here. And actually before we do that in, what you can do is draw in kind of like this almost like a teardrop shape right here. This is going to be like his chest fur. So this line's going to go out, kind of curve down, and then into a spike here like that. And then we're going to get another little spike here. And then we'll start right about here. Get one going out there like that. And then maybe like one more big one like so. I'm going to curve this around. This one going in a little bit too much. Like that. And now that we got that down, what we could do here is basically just draw, like following kind of this curve. It's going to go down here. And then basically you're just going to get like a little, I'm keeping this light too, by the way. Just getting the shape in like that. So it should curve in like this. And then we might as well just go in the legs and the feet while we're down here. So this leg's going to start right about here. And it's just going to angle out. And then go into about there like that. And I'll have a little bit of a curve in right here on the bottom. And then here we're going to kind of go off this shape and just kind of curve it in. It's going to bump out a little bit before going in again, like so. And then for this foot here, what we can do is you're basically going to want to get like a shape that looks something like this going out. But the only detail, actually zoom in here now. The only detail you need to do is for the toes. He's going to have like 3 toes here. And we're going to start right here. And we're just going to draw a line going up. Curve up. Then down. Then we're going to go over like that. And then same thing over here. We're just going to draw a curve line going over. And then in like so. And then we're going to just get one more going there like that. So you got the 3 toes. And then you could just kind of darken in this shape a little bit. Like so. That's pretty much how you draw Daxter's foot here. Then we'll just jump over to this foot right here. And it's pretty much going to be the same thing, except these toes are going to be more on like head on. They're going to be like right here. And the back of the foot's going to be there like that. So what we could do here is start with like a nice little curve line that curves over and up. And it's going to bump out, kind of curve in. And then kind of go in to about here like that. And now for this one, what we're going to do is start right about here, draw that curve line, and it's going to be angled more like towards us like this. So we're going to get one there like that. Then we're going to get another one going here like this. And then we'll get like a little bit of the third one like that. And then we're just going to get a line going across and in like this. This one's going to curve over like that. And then there's his foot, and actually, now I'm looking at this, this line can, whoops, this line can curve in a bit more. Like so. But that's pretty much how you draw his feet. Again, nothing too complicated there. And since we got his feet done, now we can zoom out a little bit and draw in his tail. So his tail is going to be right about here. This is why I said draw this shape kind of lightly. And his tail is just going to bump down here like this. And it's going to curve across like this. And then we're going to have like this front part here where it kind of curves. So we're going to start right about here. Kind of go into like a little curve line like that. And then going from here, it's just going to wrap around and then go over like so. And now we're going to draw kind of like how his fur has like 2 colors. He has like a lighter orange here and then like a darker orange on the outside. To draw that in, we're just going to continue this up from the leg here. And then it's going to start right here and then just go up from where the neck is. Like that. You can erase this part as well. There you go. And then we can draw and darken in this line like so. And then this would also continue, so it'd be down, and then it would continue on the tail here like this, and then you'd see a little bit on the edge here like that. So that's pretty much how you draw basically his whole body. Now we just need to draw his arms, and we'll be good. So his arms aren't too bad. They're going to start right about here. So we're going to have like his shoulder where like this kind of bend goes in, and it's just going to go over, and then down, and then it's going to be into this fist here like that. And actually let's draw on the fist first and we'll work our way inwards for this one. So the fist is actually going to be pretty simple to draw. Usually hands are kind of hard, but this one shouldn't be too bad. And what I'm going to do is start with this nice kind of circle to get where the cuff of the glove is, and then the fist is going to angle like down this way. So basically what we're going to do here is start right about here and just draw a line going across like this. Then it's going to go down and then over, and then just kind of curve into here like this. And then right here you're going to get like an oval. So you should have a shape that looks something like that. And now what we could do is draw on the fingers. So this finger is going to start right about here. It's just going to go over, across, and then in like this. And you're going to get a little curve line right there to show a bend. And then here it's just going to be simply just a line going across and over. And then you see one more going there like that. And now the thumb here is going to go out, kind of curve in, and then go over like that. And then you get a little bit of a curve line right there. And then you can erase this overlap that we have. Like so. So that is pretty much it for the hand. It's not too complicated if you're looking at it. And if you break it down like I did, it shouldn't be too bad. But after we got that down, we could start with right here with a curve line going out like this. And then curve in. And then right in the middle here, we're just going to draw a little curve line going out like so. And I'll erase kind of like the sketchy lines here to make it nice and clear. So you should have something that looks like this. And that's pretty much it for the hand here. Now we could just draw on the arm. So the arm's pretty simple. If you want to like kind of do a gesture, it's going to go out kind of like into like a diamond shape like this. And then into like another kind of diamond shape type thing like that. And now it's just kind of doing a little bit more detail. So we're just going to go out, kind of curve it in where this elbow goes in, wrap it in and go over like so. And then here it's just going to go in. You could draw a line kind of curving in like this, and then starting a little bit before this line ends, just draw a line curving in like so, and then you would erase all the overlap that you have here with the body. Like so, and you do want like a little bit of a gap in between this line here. Like that. And that's pretty much how you draw his arm here. And now we're going to draw the arm, let me zoom out a little bit, over here. And this one isn't going to be too bad, very similar to the other hand. I'm just going to kind of draw in the hand first, and then we'll work in the arm second. So the hand for this one, what you're going to want to do is draw a nice kind of decent sized oval like this. And then basically a line going around like that. And then you're going to want like two circles there and there. So now that we've got that done, we can actually draw in the fingers. And we're actually going to start with the pinky finger here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line. I'm just going to darken in the top of it here. Like that. And now for this finger, what we're going to do is draw a line going out, down, and then curve it in like so. Like that. And then here we would get a nice little curve line like this as it connects in there like that. So that's one finger. And then the next finger is just going to go out, kind of over and then down like this. And then the next one's going to go out, and then over and then in. And this one's going to be a little bit farther out, so you would see like a little bit of like a curve line right here for a gap in between them. And then this line, or this finger is going to go out even further. This one's going to go out, over, and then curve into about there. And then you'd see the little curve line going up for the bend, and then a line going in there like that. And now for this one, now we'll draw on the rest of the hand here. So this will just be a simple curve line like this. And then this line will go out, have a little bit of a dip in, and then curve in like so. And the last thing you want to do is, right about here, just drawing a nice big oval for where the thumb's going to be. So that is pretty much it for drawing the hand. And now we could draw in basically this little curve line here like this. And then we're going to kind of go into where like this bottom circle is. And then we're going to start right about here and then draw that, kind of follow the top circle that we had there like so. And now that that's done, we could just basically just gesture in the arm here, and we could do that diamond shape that we did before. Be like that, and then That's where like the elbow is, and then just a line kind of connecting in there like that. And all you just simply do is just kind of refine the shape here. So I'm just going to darken in this line going up here, like so. And we can erase any kind of overlap. Here, this line's going to go out here like this. Kind of straighten up before going in like so. And then this line's just going to bump out and then just connect in there like that. And again, you can erase any kind of overlap here. Like so, and that is pretty much how you draw Daxter from Jak and Daxter. I will say Daxter is a little hard to draw. I think if you can get down his face, that's probably the hardest part about drawing him. But then his body is kind of like deceivingly hard because it's kind of like this nice kind of curve line, and there's a lot of curves that go in there. So Daxter is definitely really tricky to draw by hand, but I will zoom out all the way. I will put the sketch we did here. I will put the inked version I did beforehand up there as well, so you get kind of like a good idea of both, looking at the sketch one, looking at the inked one. And thank you again, Claire, for the request. If you guys do have requests, I do take them. All you need to do is leave what you want me to draw in the comment section below, and then wait for Sunday when I make a how to draw video. So hopefully yours pops up. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.